What's happening, Camdens? It's me. Blight sounds. Truly the dumbest. And today, um, I got a pretty short, not super expansive video. Um, Honestly, this video was supposed to come out Thursday. I mean, this wasn't even supposed to be the video that came out. Actually, I guess no, yeah, no. This one was this one was scheduled properly. I'm sorry. I meant to release the Halloween video. Sorry, I got mixed up for a minute. On Thursday, I timed it pretty poorly though. I really didn't think about the fact that it would take too long to film, record, edit, all that stuff. So that video will be coming out Monday. Just kind of an overview of my opinions on the event and stuff. Um, Excuses aside, today, of course, we got ranking all of the blighted cosmetics, all of the DVD blighted cosmetics, which is something I've been really wanting to do because I really think most, if not all, of the blighted cosmetics are great, and I've always wanted to give my opinions on why I hate couple of them. Um, yeah, yeah. So with that being said, I mean, I don't have anything else really to add. Nothing super deep or melodic or anything like that. So let's get straight into this. All right, let's do it. Yeah, yeah. Blighted ranking stuff. All right. So I kind of just want to get right into this. No snarky comments that aren't funny. First off, at 17th place, I have the Trapper. Now the Trapper, it's such a sad case with the Trapper. He's always down on those tier lists. No matter if you're looking at his skins, no matter if you're looking at his gameplay, he's really bad. He's got quite a bit of bad stuff when it comes to everything. Um, but the main reason for me with why I have Trapper so low because of how boring it is. It's quite literally just Trapper, but with big spikes and a cool looking mask. The mask 100% carries like every skin or every skin, every like kind of style point I'd give to this. It is a very cool looking mask that is just boggled down by a very boring body and even arguably more boring weapon. Um, yeah. So next, at 16th, I have Plague, which sorry, I need to pull it up on this video I'm watching gameplay. Um, Plague, honestly, the concept of it is really good. I quite like the concept. It's instead of it being the infection that she tried to cure from the entity, it's the blight. The blight kind of takes over Plague, which is a very cool thing. Like I just said, it's very cool concept. The only problem with this is it's boring. There's barely any changes. Most of the changes you'll see are like extensions to her crown and her shoulder pad. Really, the only reason why this got more or a higher place than Trapper was because of its concept alone. Which I mean, good on it. It's got a great concept. So, not gonna complain a whole lot about it. Um, Next, I have the Hillbilly. Hillbilly is another one of those really boring ones. Just kind of a beefier, more mangled looking version of himself. Which to be fair, it doesn't look bad. It actually looks pretty good. Besides probably the hammer, I'd say this is actually in the pants. The legs and the hammer are both really bad. The body function portion of it is really cool. I think it does look very well. I just think it's kind of boring. Not a whole lot different from its original counterpart. So yeah, that's pretty much it with that one. Not a whole lot to say on it, really. Next, probably an unpopular opinion, I have decided to throw Oni in this place. Um, Oni's blight is really disappointing. I think a lot of people can agree that it's weird, it's wonky, and it's kind of just out of place. Uh, it's his body is barely changed, super boring. His weapon looks meh. It's pretty cool in game because when you're in game, it kind of looks like you're holding like a sword attached to just a huge blob of pustula or whatever it's called. Um, but beyond that, what's really carrying the skin like hardcore, like easily probably the best blighted piece by itself, like taking skins, everything out of it, like singular pieces. His head is probably the coolest out of all of them. Probably one of the coolest head pieces in the game. Like it is so cool. You got huge, massive flowing hair, got like huge horns sticking out the side, smaller ones sticking out the front, got a huge eye, and he's got the Baraka teeth. The Baraka teeth, the sharp thousands layers upon layers with the tusk looking things. Very cool. Mask is so great, the rest super boring. Um Now we have, if I can find it, Spirit. Spirit I have at the 13th place, mainly because I find this skin absolutely disgusting. This actually might be the most disgusted I've ever been by an in-game cosmetic, which is, in all fairness, a compliment in this case, because that's kind of obviously what they're going for. But it just kind of weighs down my enjoyment of the skin. This one is for sure the most like subjective. This is, out of all of them, this is the one where I would say like should be higher, but because of my personal disgust, it's much lower. It is a good one though. It is good. Overall, good skin. For 12th place, I have Doctor. Now, Doctor, it's not it's not bad by any means. I'd say actually every cosmetic from Doctor above, or Spirit and above, is actually like a great cosmetic. All around, really. Uh Doctor though is probably the most boring when it comes to all the good ones. Like his headpiece, super cool. I love the headpiece a lot. His weapon's pretty damn cool. But his body's kind of just normal Doctor with his intestines hanging out, which is cool, but it's not a whole lot. I don't really have anything beyond that bad to say about though, which will take us to my next place, Huntress. Huntress at 11th. Huntress is honestly, it's a really good one. It's pretty cool. My one gripe with it is there's not enough blight, and it looks too much like the original. But I guess, to be fair, these aren't infected versions of the original. But I kind of wish they went a bit more not drastic, a bit more over the top with the changes. Like I would have liked her to see. I would have liked her to. I would have seen to like to her be super jacked. I felt like that'd be pretty funny. But for what it is, it's really cool. I like the hair growing out. The axe looks great in game. The mask is pretty cool. Cool. Now for, I do not remember my killer release dates. Nurse. At 10th. Now like I said with the Spirit, Nurse is, quite honestly, I mean, it's a fantastic cosmetic. It's really cool. I think her shoulders look really wonky compared to like the rest of the skin, but other than that, it's a really really nice looking skin. I like the dress, how it ends off in like entity claws. I love how for whatever reason they gave her 4 syringes in her weapon, just kind of for shits and giggles, I guess. I mean, I guess it kind of explains why she's the most powerful killer in the game, but like I don't know, I thought it was pretty funny. Her head is kind of cool. Her Nurse's head as a whole is kind of basic, but I like the giant us thing building up there. So, I mean, overall, really cool. I really hate the barnacle looking thing that she's got around her, though. That bothers me, but that's because I got that trypnophobia thing. So, now for 9th, Executioner, or the Pyramid Head. Man, this is one of those ones where it's like, it's kind of boring, to look at, but when you're playing it, it's so cool. I love Pyramid Head's weapon in this. His great sword with the giant syringe, it looks so cool. Plus, it looks so much like, a lot more like the original Pyramid Head from Silent Hill 2 than the base skin does. I haven't played the game. I just heard this on the internet. Don't judge me if I'm wrong. I like how jagged and messed up the helmet looks. I like the simplicity of it, but like it still changes up quite a bit. It's really cool. I like, for sure the sword's the best part by landslide, but like it's still really cool all the way around, and I enjoy it quite a bit. Quite obviously, since it's at 9th. Next is Clown. Clown, probably besides Spirit, has the most disgusting looking one. Something about its awful looking face and stomach is horrifying. Just like the image of a man with like a oversized guts stapled together with like insides dripping out, and obviously his face just looks like the pumpkin head guy, or the police pumpkin head officer man, I forgot the name of, from Halloween 2018. super cool. The knife looks cool in game, really weirdly shaped, and it looks fantastic because of that. Um, I also like the little touch of him having two finger rings, like two like rings on his waist that hold fingers. Pretty cool, like, a little addition. Um, yeah. Once again, not a lot to add on it. Just really nice and really gross looking. At eighth or seventh, I have the Mastermind or Albert Wesker. Um, Once again, kind of like Pyramid Heads, Wesker's looks boring, right? It looks kind of meh, not a whole lot necessarily happening with it visually, but in game, it looks just looks magnificent. It is it is truly something to behold. Like every time you swing, you get a screen full of all the pus, all the orange, all the pulsating little veins and blobs. His knife looks really cool. The little sharp claws he's got in his hand are awesome. I just like it. Even in the little touch, even of his like hair being a bit ruffled up, is really damn funny. I it's simple, but I think it works. It's also very obviously a pretty big nod to William Birkin. Nemesis, who I'll mention later, also has that little bit of a nod to Birkin, and I think it's a good touch. And I think overall is a pretty well balanced skin. Um, was it sixth place? We got the Wraith. Now the Wraith I think might be the most underrated of all the Blight skins. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, even though it should be, because it's so cool. Like weapon itself is kind of boring, although I find its like syringe placement to be satisfying. But it's like its body, man. It's got like just an open hole of a chest. It completely changes like what the Wraith looks like. It goes from like being a tree man to like a tree thing, kind of like DBD's first Wendigo before they added Crypt TV's Wendigo. And I think it looks honestly just looks fantastic. I really don't know what to add. I'm kind of lost of words how awesome it looks. It's one of those ones where you wouldn't expect to have a great blight skin, but it does, and it deserves all the praise for that because it is fantastic looking. Now breaking the top five. Fifth place I have Hag. Hag, another character you wouldn't expect to have a really cool looking blight skin, but oh my god, is this a cool looking blight skin? Like, it's basically just Hag, but her arms are or her right arm's super jacked, and her like chest area is gone. It's practically just skeletons and organs, and it is so cool. It is such a amazing looking skin. Easily, probably like dimensions wise, if we're going like how like engaging it is probably the most engaging looking. You know, you can look up and down that for hours, and you're just like, wow, because of how much detail they put into the rib cage, you know, the exposed bones and organs. It is so cool. The centerpiece alone just makes make it so much cooler than it really has any right to be. So now on to my fourth place, which is the Blight or the True Blight, which is another very cool one. I love and absolutely hate the huge like backpack of whatever I forgot what it's called. Whatever the blighted serum is. I forgot. I'm really embarrassed. I forgot what it's called. But like it is so cool looking, and his face, how it, like the spores grow out the front in like three little dangly doodads. It's so cool. It is such a cool thing. It's very smart concept as well. Just like a disheveled looking blight with a thing growing out his back and on his face. Very good. I enjoyed a lot. Now on to third place, top three now. I have, if I can find it, where are you? The Legion. Now the Legion might have the coolest concepts. Probably honestly the coolest. Not my favorite, but for obviously not my favorite, but for sure, like the coolest looking one. Like it's basically the Greg. It's basically Greg before Greg was Greg. It's just a conglomeration of the Legion into one body. Like their faces strewn about, you know, just absolutely disgusting, horrifying. It is so cool. This is another one where I'm so at a loss of words. I don't know what to say. It's just looking at it. It's so cool, man. It's so cool. It's so man. It's so cool. I do have a way with words, don't I? I have such a way with words. Now on to second place. Since I can't find the words for Legion, we have the Nemesis. Like I said earlier, just to get out of the way, it's his little right shoulder, very obvious reference to Resident Evil with like a little eye in it, with William Birkin. Very cool, very nice touch. I like it. Um, I like the skin a lot. I think it's a very nice change. It really only affects his top part, which I think is good. I feel like in this case, like Wesker's, simplicity works very well in its favor. I don't know what idea they're going for, but it works well. I love the like the bones that are just sticking out all over him. Like his back looks awesome. I like the way his head looks like an uncircumcised penis. It's so cool. It's really cool. I love in game 2 his fists are just there. You just get like orange and spike like blobs. It's so cool. Once again, like the little details, of course, like the little Birkin reference, the pulsating like chest iron lung veiny thing is super cool. Just it's so cool. There's another really good one, another really cool concept, the really well executed one too. I was quite blown away when they really it was really well done, and I applaud them for that. But now for the number one place, as I'm sure you guys will all be able to know because it's the only one left, is the Ghostface. Now, Fun World, the owner of the Ghostface mask and behavior, have a very strong relationship, and it shows by how awesome this mask is, or this mask, sorry, this cosmetic is. Like they were like, go all out with this one, do whatever you want, and it works so well. It is such a weird conglomeration of a bunch of random aspects that really don't make sense in hindsight, but are still awesome nonetheless. He's got his weird like flesh dragon looking wings going on there. Like I don't know what it is. It kind of looks like, honestly, kind of looks like webbed feet or whatever, but it that's awesome. His dripping like oozing mask is awesome. The way it's melted is so cool. It even looks like I'm looking at this through like a really small screen. Yeah, look, you can see his eye sockets from behind the mask too. That is so damn cool. And then his like, I think is his, I think it's his stomach is just exposed to blightness. It looks like it. It is cool. It is really cool. Like this skin is probably the coolest, probably the coolest looking like out. I can't explain what I'm trying to say, but like something about the concept makes no sense, and it works so well. I also love the knife. The knife is very cool and really fun to use in game. Um, yeah. With that, we're closing that out. That's all for the Ghostface. Um, man, it is seriously, it's such a good. All of the skins, really, even the bottom four, they all have great aspects about them. I think that really every single Blighted skin is amazing in some way. They really knock it out of the park every time with it, and with these skins, it just big round of applause. That hurts. My hand's still healing, kind of. But big round of applause to behavior, because man, they can be hit or miss with their skins from time to time. Twins is a major example. These ones, all of them hit. Fantastic. And without further ado, and without anything else to add, hasta luego, senors. And please, for the love of God, can we get a Deathslinger skin? How did Nemesis and Wesker and Pyramid Head and Ghostface, how did they all get their licensed character? Why don't we have a Deathslinger